Welcome back to Performance Racing League. We're here for Tier 2. I am now joined by Mr. Gordsauce. Welcome.
Hello, everybody. Keeping Jesper company so he's not alone like he was for Tier 1.
And we are in for a belter, at least if we go off of Tier 1, which was very, very fun.
Yeah, I had some fun battles with Femi, with Bass, with Morris and Frosty at the end. Yeah, it's pretty fun. All things considered. Definitely didn't feel like a race where like you finish outside the top 5, but it just happened. Definitely felt like it was going to be a like 5-6 car battle at the end.
Yeah.
You'll be getting some good commentary, Joe. Don't doubt yourself, buddy. Me and Jesper are a crazily, that's a word. Crazy
That's a
good
word.
duo.
Yeah, the dynamic duo.
The dynamic duo. Tier 1 rivals.
Yeah, we had quite a big rivalry back in Season 8. It was
Yeah.
very fun.
Man, it's weird that it was 2 seasons ago already.
Yeah, I was a little bit too slow in Season 9. Couldn't practice as much,
Hmm.
which made me fall off.
Yeah, our confidence got smacked in the face when we had to race guys like Bart, Morris, and Bass.
I went from leading by 15 seconds to being 15 seconds behind after Sector 2. It was kinda tough.
Well, you keep track of the cars. I could look at the standings real quick.
Yes, sir.
Where are the standings? Have they been updated after Spa? They have. Alright. So, quick run over of the standings. Justin, who is your championship leader, is not here today, so definitely an opportunity for drivers like Tar Heels, Rusty, and F1ception to make up some ground on his pretty commanding lead, 88 points already after 5 races. So, good opportunity for all the drivers trying to chase him down for the championship. As I said, F1ception is in P2 tied with Tar Heels for P2 and P3 respectively. Heistran, who actually had a really good season so far, hasn't been outside the top 8 in any of his races. 2 podiums at Baku in Italy and P7 at Belgium last week, so he's only 10 points back out of the P2 battle. And Rusty, who had a podium last week, is only 3 points back of Heistran. So the top 5, if you don't count Justin, is very close.
It's starting to sound like real F1. It's close if you don't count the person in first.
it's close if you don't count the guy who's the first. We're just
Justin,
turning into IRL F1.
yeah. Honestly, Justin is very, very, very quick. So, I mean, it is deserved to be in the championship lead.
Oh yeah, he's definitely. I mean, apart from what was his race? Yeah, like he had P7 at Portugal. I think that was because of a penalty at the end. Because I think he actually might have won that race when I streamed it anyway. But I think he got hit with a couple penalties, so he dropped back down. But
Yeah.
apart from that, P1 in every other race, so he's doing something right.
Yeah, we have Tar Heels setting a benchmark of 24/7, and Disgruntled instantly beating that with a 24/5 in the Aston Martin. H. Innes coming through with a 24/4. So I'm
Marchena
not
looks
in
like
the
he's
lead.
about to finish his lap in the McLaren.
Yeah, Sparkplug first comes in P4 with a 25 flat, and Marchena comes across the line and goes fastest 24.3.
Marchena might be an underdog pick, I think, because he was relatively quick from what I remember at Spa. I think he was top 5. And the McLaren is definitely a solid little car. So definitely an underrated or secret pick somebody could make if you were trying to predict who might come out on top this race. Oh my god, lots of times just came in.
Yeah, we had both Haas drivers. We have Dr. J going ahead of Vilna, who came in before. Rusty, he was struggling in Tier 1, and he seems to be struggling here in Tier 2 as well. Currently P11 with a 25.9.
Yeah, I mean, the Haas definitely isn't a great car by any means, but Rusty is one of the faster drivers in this tier, so I'm sure, I mean, maybe he just made a mistake in one of the corners, who knows? But he's definitely going to want to get that time up.
Yeah, Rusty,
Oh,
who actually won a race back in Season 8.
he did. He
Yeah,
was
he
in our
won
tier,
in
right?
yeah, he won in Monza when I became champion.
Oh, true. Yeah,
Because
that
I
was
won.
when that was when I threw a chance of at least sending the finale to Qatar because I decided to, make love to the back of Hex's car, lose my wing, and then get a penalty for it. So
Yeah, I remember I saw that and I was like, well, I want to win this race, but P2. And a championship is better. Especially since I had an incident as well in that race with Nico John, I believe it was. On board with Finnception, who is finishing up Sector 2. Allegedly purple, but this game is as unreliable as Manchester United right now, so...
saw you guys talking about that before the race. I'm not a big soccer guy, so I'm not very informed on what was going on. But you guys definitely seemed like a little bit of chaos going on.
Yeah, we're about as consistent as EA Sports.
I'd say EA Sports is pretty consistent at being crap.
I mean, that's about where we are. We're
Consistent
consistently
at being
shit.
crap.
H. Innes goes purple with a 24-1, Finception 24.999. That's Butler coming through now, through the final corner. And we'll settle for a 25.8 P12 currently ahead of Rusty. As one of the juggernauts, Red Bull is coming through to start their lap, Tafur.
He's already burnt a good amount of ERS already. Might have forgot to turn it off when he exited the pit lane for his outlap, but I don't think you drained too much ERS here, so he should be a-okay.
Yeah. Might lose a little bit of top end speed at the end, but you don't really need that much speed. You need acceleration.
Yeah, you need acceleration and you need very good corner exits.
Yes. The Haas gets out of the way. That's probably Rusty. That Red Bull looks so good.
It does look very planted, doesn't it?
Comes through. Final corner. It's not gonna be pole. It's P13, 27.5. No, 25.7. That's the one. Numbers.
Numbers, what do they mean?
The numbers made that game is so good. Northern Canuck goes pole, 23.6.
Oh, I think that's another
Hello.
sleeper pick. Canuck is underratedly quick.
Yeah, very solid driver, and I think
Muppet,
that was, yeah,
Muppet just bumped his time up a little bit too in the Aston.
23.8. Heiskan coming over the line as well. Improves to P4, 24.2. And now Rusty coming over the line and does improve by over a second up to P10, 24.8. Villeneuve improved to a 25.1. As we have,
Ashkan with a good lap too, nice. 124.2.
yeah. So we have Joe Bidome
That
starting
is a
his lap.
pretty hilarious name, I'm not gonna lie. I love that name.
Slightly behind the
Yeah.
sector 1.
Yeah, a little bit behind.
Obviously not that major, obviously only
Oh,
one
looks like
real
he's backed out.
challenge. Yeah, I think it's the second time he backs out.
Interesting. Well, I mean, I think it's definitely, as Tier 1 showed, definitely important to save a set of softs, because you never know if there's going to be a late safety car. So if he wants to keep using a used pair and thinks he can improve, definitely not a bad idea.
Definitely. I never use all my sets of softs, always save a set.
Yeah.
Dr. J puts himself P12, right behind Butler, and right in front of Finception.
I think the most important thing is saving a set of softs, because like realistically, what you could do is you could do your first run on new softs, obviously, because you haven't used any.
Yep.
Your second run, you can just go out on the same tire, see if you can maybe improve or not a little bit, see where you're losing time, and then just use your second pair of softs for your last run.
Yep.
There's really no need to use that third pair if you're. I mean, maybe if you're like really pushing, like in our battle in season 8, for example, like every point counted. So like, yeah, I would probably use all 3 of my pairs of softs to try and get that pole position point. But normal circumstances, not really worth it.
Yeah, as we have H Innes now, goes pole position, 23.4, or provisional pole at least.
Yeah, it ain't over yet. I think Marchena is on a lap in the McLaren.
Yes.
Big snap of oversteer going to the second DRS straight.
Yeah, I think.
Salitas are just retired. I think he crashed on the, That's a really tricky part of the track.
I lost it in the Lord Gotifi spot.
Yep. Morris lost his car there too in Tier 1. Catches
Yep.
everybody out.
It's so tricky, especially if you don't get the turn in right. You're gonna be wrongly positioned for the entire section.
Yeah.
Marchena comes up to the line, and it's P4.
He's gonna have to be quick to get back to the pits if he wants to actually give it another go.
That's gonna be very tight.
Yeah, because I mean, an outlap realistically is what? 1 minute 40? 1 minute 50 if you're a bit slower.
Yeah.
So, he's got to get into the pits realistically by like 2:15, 2:20. And that's pushing it. Don't think he's gonna get another go, but it'll be close.
Yeah, the problem is also you have traffic where you lose even more time because you have to slow down. So you have Muppet coming through the chicane.
He's down on his time. No improvement just yet.
Let's see if they found some time. No, not quite. We'll stay on board.
You can gain a lot of times through Sector 3 though. So much time in this section of the track, especially where he is right now. If you get that exit like really good, you can just pull a tenth or two out of your butt just all of a sudden. Oh, I guess he's decided that is enough. Ooh,
Yeah.
Rusty really low down on his time. Not looking good for him.
Villeneuve gets it a little bit wrong.
Yeah. He's got a lot of ERS. I think Villeneuve might be running oh, he is also backed out. Oh my god, everybody's backing out. Is this a Ferrari coming? It is. It's Baba Yaga. He hasn't set a lap yet.
Mr. S7 will start P16.
The only driver I think on a lap right now is Canuck.
Mr. Tafood is coming through the final turn as well.
Oh, catch that.
And does improve,
He improves
but
by a
not
lot,
enough.
but not enough to jump any positions.
Yeah, half a tenth behind Villeneuve.
Oh, I didn't catch. Oh, never mind. We are going to catch a sector. Ooh, Canuck's down 2/10, so I don't think. I mean, he could have a crazy sector 3, but I don't think he's going to be able to pull enough. Oh, that was a. Yeah, I thought that was a sprint car that was next to him, but that was just the Williams waiting up.
Yeah. I'm surprised he went very shallow in the left-hander. You want to go a little bit further out to be able
As
to
well.
carry a little bit of speed.
Yeah, sometimes if you just hit that entrance on the first left-hander wrong, it's gonna ruin basically your entire sector.
Yeah.
F1ception, did he set a lap already? I don't think he improved, right? Because he's got no ERS.
Yeah, it's P4 currently, 24-0. I don't remember
but
where it was.
I think he had that already from his second run. Tar Heels just invalidates, and he was up by a good amount too. That is gonna sting.
So easy to do.
Dr. J is up a little bit on his time from what I saw.
Does improve to P10.
At a B.
Just behind Sparkplug.
Is Williams coming? Is this Butler?
Oh, Bidome.
Joe. Oh, big snap. I don't think that snap cost him that much time,
Maestro! was actually allowed to keep his time, but
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not gonna
backed
make
off.
him improve. I think the
Oh,
only
and
and
Butler is
Butler's.
invalid, so
So I
that is
think,
oh
and Hines
well,
improves not by much, but he does improve.
and that is a point to Mr. Agnes.
Yes, sir. Is that actually how you pronounce it? I've been calling him Hines for like 2 seasons.
I'm just thinking because his brother is Ines,
Yeah,
so well H Ines or Hines, and then you have G Ines as well.
that's fair. I've been calling him Heinz, like the Heinz
Yeah, the ketchup.
the Heinz brand.
Obviously, the Ines brothers all very quick, and they take pole here. HNS ahead of Northern Canuck as a Canadian 2-3 with a disgruntled in P3 ahead of Inception. Marchena gets P5 ahead of Heiskan. Joe gets ahead of Maestro, Sparkplug, and Dr. J makes an all-Canadian 5th row. Tar Heels and Rusty 11th and 12th. Butler and Villeneuve P13 and 14. Tafur and Baba Yaga in P15 and 16, with Salad Tosser making it a Canadian P17. Last to first question mark for the Red Bull. We had in Tier 1, I think Nico John went from last to P11. So definitely a possibility to get some places. We've also had Villeneuve in chat saying, I think it's going to be a hard one for me tonight. Villeneuve is in
Yeah,
the...
I've heard the Williams isn't too great around here.
Yeah, it's one of those things where your setup that you have is probably not going to be optimal because it's made for the equal cars, which is the Red Bull.
Yeah,
So,
that's why for the Alfa Romeo, someone posted a picture, I think, of like all the stats about them and like what makes them like slower and quicker.
yeah.
And I think the Alfa Romeo is like decently quick on the straights from what I remember. So what
Yeah,
I
it
did
has
is
the Ferrari engine.
I kind of adjusted my setup to give it like a little bit more bite in the corners, just so I could actually like
Yeah.
make the corners.
I'm one of those guys. I don't really look at the stats. I just go for feel of the car.
Hmm.
So I would just go in a Grand Prix session, feel my setup, and just uh, try
Hmm.
and figure out what I need from going around in circles. Only problem is when you're racing around certain tracks, like for example Bahrain is one of them. The AI is running like 20 lower wings, and you're gonna be painfully slow in the straights, no matter what you're doing, which makes it a pain in the ass to try setups. I think France was very similar. Um,
Yeah, France, you'd think, oh, go low wings. There's so many straights, but then you realize the track is a lot more technical than you gave it credit for.
yeah, China is the exact same thing as well. It has
Hmm.
the very, very long straight, but the rest of the track is low down or high downforce, low speed cornering.
Hmm.
But at the same time, if you're running too high wings, you you can't make any passes down the straight.
Yeah, you gotta have a. It's the same with oh,
Oh, here
we're
we
going
go.
racing.
The 5 red lights are on. Felt quick. Someone might have read it up early.
This up.
Oh, Canuck gets a good start, but Hines keeps ahead.
Need to bring the tires up just so I know what everybody's on.
And there's a little bit of contact, I think. But not too bad from the drivers, keeping it fairly clean.
Oh, there's contact.
Oh,
I think that's
yeah.
Maestro and Marchena. Oh, and a lot more contact coming out of the corner. Tar Heels gets collected, that's a big name. But no safety cars because everyone gets away with it, relatively speaking.
Yeah, there was 3 wide for a second on the straight. Trying to capture as much action as possible. We see Dr. J going around the outside of DRS Maestro. Will he get it done throughout this corner? The outside is fairly grippy actually. You can definitely get around there. And they do up into P10. Sparkplug lost a place and the Alfa Romeos are side by side. Icecan and Finception. Obviously they might not be teammates originally, but they're teammates today. And we have a big gap. HN is already a second ahead of the cars behind. As we have a big battle here for P5. Finception under pressure from Butler is coming down the inside. And Finception tries to switch back. Can't quite get the exit. But on the second part has a little bit too low speed, but will go down the inside. And we see in the background as well a move from the Alpine of Villeneuve as Finception tries but can't quite get by Butler and is now under pressure from Villeneuve.
Butler, Villeneuve, and Tafer, crazy position gains from them.
Ooh, Sparkplug sends it down the inside of Tafur on that long left-hander,
Yeah,
and gets
Tafer
up into
locked up.
Yeah, gets
Locked
up into
up big
P8.
time.
Marchena and
Butler,
Salad.
though, what a
Oh, there's
start.
contact. There's contact at the back. Salad tosser Marchena and Baba Yaga.
Oh, and Tafer's
Oh.
around.
Yeah, the Red
Waits for
Bull.
all the drivers to get going. He can't be driving backwards too long, though. Knowing the
Yeah.
game, it'll disqualify you for, you know,
Because
trying
the
to get
game
your car turned around.
Yeah, the game has no brain cells.
Just realized F1ception is the only driver who actually elected to go onto the hards.
That's surprising, actually.
I mean, he is going to be on the quicker tire at the end.
Yeah.
So, definitely a good opportunity for that man. Northern Canuck has dropped out of almost the 2-second range of Hines. I'm just going to call him Hines because I'm used to it. Muppet not too far from Canuck. Basically, the top 5 are separated by around an average of 1.5 seconds.
Don't
and
give me the
actually
fucking
really
nose
close
cap.
all the way to P10.
It's given me the nose cap, so I can't see what's going on. I have Rusty up into P15. The Red Bulls are struggling. Salad tosser.
Tafer had a great start too. It's unfortunate that he had that spin.
Yeah, he was doing well. It was mid-pack. Unfortunately, lost it in the Gotifi corner.
It does seem like everybody's spinning in that corner. I don't think I've actually seen a spin in any other corner.
I know Bass had a moment in
Oh yeah,
this
Bass
turn
had
4.
a moment out of the...
1, 2, 3...
Dude, that
5.
AlphaTauri, man, he just had no grip after like a couple of laps on his tires. It was brutal.
Yeah, I'm happy I don't have to imagine how it is to drive.
Honestly, I don't even remember it being like that bad when I did it in midweek. Like, yeah, the car wasn't great, but like, I don't know if something got changed since we raced it, but like, you can really feel like the tire wear and how brutal some of the cars are to, you know, get through corners and go on straights.
They probably updated something and not told us. It's the
Yeah.
EA way.
I'd have to watch back the midweek race that it happened in because I don't really remember like what happened during the race, who I raced. I know Ramsey was there, but that's all I remember.
Yeah, I was there as well.
True, I think you reserved that time.
Yes, sir. Disgruntled has caught
He's
up to
all
Northern.
over Canuck right now. I think the Aston does have better. Oh,
Maestro's
and
out and
Maestro's
safety
out,
car.
and
Yeah, that's
that's
the
the
safety car.
safety car.
We had, I think it was a Haas in Tier 1 who spun almost at the same place and caused that late safety car.
It was Innes, no?
Yeah, I think it was Ines,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think he was trying to go into the pits too. Or
Yeah,
at least it looked like he did, and then I think he might have just outbraked himself and hit the wall. Tell you what, that does help drivers like Tafer and Salatosser to catch back up to the field.
yeah.
Gonna negate Heinz's big lead that he set himself up with.
Villeneuve on those soft
Considering,
tires made up 8 places. Can now
yeah,
get off them.
that's a big call for Villeneuve, and honestly, it's not even that bad of a time to pit.
Yeah, can go for a set of either mediums if you want to do medium to the end, or go for a set of hards and try
I think he
and.
can go mediums. I don't think going hards that long is definitely not going to be fun.
If I can do mediums for 22 laps around Baku, you can do hards for 24
Hmm.
laps here.
The tire wear does seem relatively high here, from what I noticed in the race. That might have been just the car though, but who knows? I would probably just play it safe, go medium.
Yeah,
I think that's the safe option. Someone has elected to stay out F1. That makes sense.
yeah, on those hards.
Looks like Hines is gonna give the hards a go. Looks like a lot of people are.
Yeah. I mean, you can definitely get to the end on them. I
Yeah,
don't think
they're
it's gonna
just
be very
not
fun
gonna
at
be.
the end.
No, definitely not.
I'm just thinking back to that Baku race. My tires were, I think, 76%.
I'm trying to remember.
You crashed out lap 5.
Oh yeah, yep.
And nearly took me out.
Yep. Dude, it was like the slightest tap on the inside of the right-hander, and it just sent me into the wall.
Yeah, I remember. Tar Heels has also elected to stay out with Marchena on the mediums. Interesting choice. I mean, the mediums will be, what, 10% worn at this point?
Yeah,
If I know this game right.
the mediums can definitely go another. I mean, with the safety car laps, it can take them a bit longer. Probably go to lap. I mean, you could just go 14, 15. That's probably the easiest way to maximize at least the life of the hards.
Yeah.
And since the mediums are going to have a nice little 2 laps of safety car, they shouldn't be too bad at lap 14 either.
The tire wear is so odd in this game because obviously the first drop off is at like 4%, 3%.
Yeah, like 4% is when it's just like a slight drop off where you're not going to be at just peak pace. Then I think
Yeah.
it's what, 25? That's where like
Yeah,
the big drop off
25.
happens.
25% is the first like big drop
Yeah,
off.
like it's kind of annoying that like you feel it so much like wow, I've hit a certain percent of tire wear, so now my tires are just immediately worse.
Yeah, and the problem is that the mediums, when they reach 25%, obviously the hards are gonna be at what, 20% ish. As soon as the hards reaches that 25% and the mediums are at 30 ish, the mediums is again quicker than the hards because
Yeah,
well,
because
it's
they've
equalized
already.
again,
Yeah.
and that's just not how it works.
I will say though, some tracks, at least for me, if when I've like you feel you hit the 25% and you're like, oh man, this like sucks because you had really good pace before that. But
Yeah.
like once you get a couple of laps in and you actually get feel for the tires, I feel like the mediums up until you actually hit 50% don't feel too much worse.
No, it's just that initial surprise of, oh, I couldn't get on the power this quick.
Yeah,
But
yeah, for
it's not
sure.
like it's not like it completely dies as the safety car is on its way in.
Hmm.
But it's like you notice a lot of especially traction. But the main issue I have is that when the hards then reach that same drop off, they become slower than the mediums again until the next drop off, which is at 60%.
I mean, I know you won't be getting the new game, but hopefully when they I think they're building up to like a next gen F1 game on a new system because like F1 24 really doesn't seem that big of a like just a change. So I'm thinking maybe they're gonna like try and take this year a bit easy and then get a full send for 2025 on a new engine, hoping.
Yeah, they could also be waiting for the 2026 because the cars is gonna change a lot.
That's true as well.
But the problem is if they then put up another bad game in 24 and another bad game in 25, they're gonna lose a big player base. As we now have Canuck moving up into P4 and a
On the
bunch of
hard tire.
cars.
A little bit
Yeah,
of a three-car pack separating itself.
yeah, disgruntled, losing out to Marchena.
Tell you what, Tar Heels and F1ception have managed to keep Hines behind them pretty well so far on decently longer used tires.
Yeah, as the food moves up into P14 ahead of Baba Yaga.
Ooh. You definitely feel the tires here in Sector 3 though. Hines and Canuck are now on the back door of Tar Heels. I think Muppet. Oh my god, somebody went really wide.
I think that was
I think that was
Canuck.
Butler.
Butler.
I
Maybe.
think Butler coming out of the second final corner went really wide. I think he might have got pushed off. A very tricky corner to go 2x2.
Yeah, and he does the switchback out of turn 1 and gets ahead of Marchena.
Oh, Marchena, really bad line, loses 2 positions.
Yeah, it was side by side with Butler. Couldn't really move over to the racing line. And obviously his used tires are starting to drop off compared to
Yeah.
the others who are at, what, 5% at this point? 6%?
Hmm. I think the best course of action is most likely just to try and hold on, stay in a DRS train, and use the McLaren's relatively good straight line to defend himself. But Dr. J, the Ferrari is definitely quicker. Or are they gonna go 3x3 here?
Oh, there's contact,
Oh!
spark plug in the wall. Spark plug
Sparkplug, I
definitely
think,
lost.
went. Yeah, he lost front left end plate.
Yeah, and that is gonna be rough through
He's
this
gonna have to get
section.
that changed.
Yeah,
I
and
think
unfortunately,
he just went for a gap that wasn't really big enough for him. Made contact, I think, with Dr. J.
yeah, and unfortunately, because this game is a pile of garbage, you can't keep the tires.
And just changed the wing.
So, like, even F1 Manager, who's been in the seat for 2 years has the opportunity to not change tires if you don't want to.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you're
Oh,
gonna give us an
that's
option...
Tar Heels. I think he got tapped, and now he's lost 2 places, and he's gonna continue to lose
Oh, he's
because
gonna lose it because he had a bad run out of that corner. Oh
yeah,
my
he's
god,
lost
there's...
down to P7. Oh, and
there's a
there's 3
Williams
wide.
on the
Oh no! Oh
inside.
no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! They are 3-4 wide into the chicane. No,
Oh
guys,
my
no.
god. How someone didn't spin there is... I don't even know. Butler is just burning that top speed on the Williams and jumps up to
Oh,
P3.
guys!
Oh my god, how is everyone still on track?
I almost said Heinz. H-in is down to P9, lost out. Holy mac and cheese balls. Well, the vote is gonna be spicy.
Oh my lord. Oh, and Canuck goes wide there. That was definitely at least one track limits warning.
Yeah, so easy to pick up, and look at that train. P1 to P9.
Oh my lord.
F1 Esports, hello?
I mean, oh! F1ception, huge snap of oversteer. I don't know how he managed to save the car.
Oh, and that's cost Butler DRS.
Yep. Actually, he might get it. Is he? Oh, he has
No.
lost it. Oh,
Yeah,
that is...
He was
gonna allow
1.001. Oh, they are side by side again into the chicane. I think that's Tar Heels losing more places. Down to
I mean, this is the joy of realistic cars right here. The
Yes.
racing is so close.
Honestly, I could see this becoming like a
A
fully
tier.
fledged league. Yeah.
I could definitely see. I mean, there's definitely got to be interest in it, right? Look how close the racing is.
Yeah. The problem
Oh,
is...
2x2 wide.
you have in it... no, Villeneuve and Joe... Oh,
Joe
no
got a
way,
little
Jesus.
tap. He manages to keep the car straight. And then if you look back, there's still a... Like, from the gap from P9 to P10, there's still a 4-car battle for that.
Yeah, and disgruntled now, up to P2. I think Butler had a look for the lead into the final corner on Canuck.
Oh,
Couldn't quite get it done.
Muppet stretching his elbows a little bit, not letting Butler get any space.
Yeah, Butler and Heiskhan. Ooh.
Tell you what, Muppet's ERS level compared to Canucks is much higher. Curious if he's gonna hold on here, or if he's gonna go for a move. Looks like he's gonna hold on. Butler is going side by side. Room is left. Why the
Oh, there's a little bit
angle?
of contact. Butler contact with both Muppet and Heiskhan. Food gets a corner cutting penalty. Oh my
This pack
god.
is so close.
You're trying to cover everything and then you're just looking somewhere else.
The gaps are too close.
Yeah, trying to look at Rusty as well, who was close to Dr. J a little bit, but I don't want to miss this battle. As Salad Tosser and Marchena is having a battle as well. You can see on the timing tower. Oh, and Villeneuve and Finception!
Oh my god, almost 3 wide through the final corner.
What is going on?
Now Villeneuve has kind of escaped that battle. He's going to have to try and burn a little bit of ERS to catch back up into the DRS range of Joe.
Tar Heels kept it round the outside of
Oh, and is
Finception.
that... Okay, that is a retirement in the pit lane. Thought that was a retirement on track. So no safety cars.
Did he retire on track or in the pits?
No, in the pits.
That's fine. I thought he retired on the tracks, but I saw him do the pit stop. As Muppet has taken the lead of Canuck. But
Oh, that's
there's...
a really bad exit out of the chicane, and Canuck takes it right back. And Canuck should have DRS as well. So
Yeah, and
Muppet
now
might lose
Butler.
too.
Butler right around the outside, and that lightning quick Williams.
All
But
of
the
them are on the same
downforce...
compound, apart from Highscran and Joe behind them.
Yeah. Oh,
Closing the
side-by-side
door.
action. Guys.
They've been doing this for like 5 laps now. And there's been like... I mean, there's been slight contact, but like, nothing major.
They are sniffing each other's gearboxes.
Yep.
And now
Sniffing,
H-Ines is...
though, no touching.
Yeah, H-Ines is back within
Yep,
DRS.
he's back in DRS.
And honestly, the guys behind can just work together and get back quite easily because
Yeah,
there's so much
the
battling
problem
going on here.
is-
They are 3 wide through turn 3.
The problem is F1 and Tar Heels are still on their first set of tires. So
Yeah.
they still got to do a pit stop. And Dr. J and Rusty are definitely getting held up a little bit by them.
Yeah, the thing is though, with them battling like this, the likelihood for a safety car is skyrocketing right now.
It's high. Heinz going for maybe a double overtake?
Yeah, Villeneuve is gonna try and defend, gets the inside for the second part. Oh, and clever defending from Canuck actually helping by going up his inside, so H-Ines can't cut back. But H-Ines, of course, in that Mercedes.
I'm surprised Canuck has dropped so many positions. He was leading, what, a lap ago? He's P7 now.
The side-by-side action, Muppet and Butler, contact. Oh, there's more contact
and
than
there's
Butler.
a spin!
Butler.
Butler saves it, though. Doesn't look like there's any damage. Does kind of join the track a little bit prematurely.
Yeah, luckily he was ghosted, so
Yeah.
Canuck didn't get
Yeah, that
too
corner
affected.
is so deceptively hard to go 2x2 in.
Yeah, and Butler, luckily, yes, he's lost track position, but he hasn't lost touch with the train, and he's basically
no
still in this.
damage.
Hopefully no damage, at least.
Definitely doesn't look like it, at least.
Yeah,
At least
could,
front
it
wing wise.
could be a like lime from wing, but honestly, I think it was a tire-to-tire contact. Luckily,
Yeah,
which is
it
just
looked like front
it
tire
spins you
to back tire.
yeah, and that's just it just spins you out. You lose a couple of percentage
Yeah.
on the tire wear, but otherwise it's quite fine.
Muppet is managing this DRS behind him relatively well.
Yeah, Villeneuve goes down the inside. It's gonna turn to the outside now. Joe squeezes him
Blocks
out.
off.
Yeah, harsh defending, but it's fair. You would you would know how I defend.
I would know. Joe and Villeneuve cosplaying me and Jesper basically all of Season 8.
Yeah, I tend to defend quite harshly, but fair. Oh, H-Ines!
Oh, has he lost any parts of the
No,
car? Doesn't look like it.
He has kept it out of the walls, but he's down to P13 from one
13
spin,
now.
and he was in the lead battle. That is insane.
That flying left-hander can catch you out so much. Just the slightest bit of oversteer will just spin the car if you don't catch it early enough.
Yeah.
Oh, and we have a yellow
Dr.
flag!
J. That's Dr. J.
Dr. J's around. I don't see any wing parts.
No, I
on
think
the
he kept it
track.
out the wall.
Drivers are making contact and spinning, but no damage from basically anyone who's been involved.
H-In is in the pits for a set of mediums.
Yeah, I think that maybe he was already at the back of the field, so probably not a bad idea to put those on and maybe try and undercut some drivers if there is a safety car. And that
Oh,
is
that's Tosser.
Salatosser around. No damage to him either. The battle for the lead is kind of, I want to say simmered down to 4 cars, but 4 cars for the lead is still a lot.
It's at least calmed down a little bit.
I will say though, Muppet and Butler are definitely going to be probably on the quicker tire by now.
Yeah.
The mediums are definitely starting to reach the end of their really quick lifespan. So I'm curious if maybe any of the medium drivers will elect to pit. Oh, and Butler, a 3-second time. He does get...
Finception, sorry to cutting you off, but he goes Gymkhana drifting through the penultimate corner and goes straight into the box from that.
I was gonna mention that that Butler got his penalty going into the pit lane, and we know how finicky the pit lane is here with track limits, so he might be able to get that one removed.
Yeah, it's... this one, I know, France is a bastard as well. You have... There's a couple of tracks with a little bit buggy pit entrances.
These 4 cars still neck and neck.
Oh, Heiskan! Horrendous exits. And that's him down to P4. Because Villeneuve has the better top speed.
Yeah, Villeneuve's definitely running a higher top speed setup for sure. He regains so much ERS to win that safe route.
Oh, safety car.
That's a safety car.
And that benefits the mediums.
It does, and it saves drivers like Hines and Sparkplug.
Yeah, they are gonna be a little bit annoyed though that they couldn't come out a couple of laps earlier when they boxed.
I feel like everybody's gotta come in here, right?
Yeah. Fresh set of mediums, maybe a set of softs if you have fresh.
Yeah, everybody should have. I mean, I assume most drivers go for the 2 medium set.
Yeah.
So everyone should have a medium pair. Some might be brave and go on softs.
Yeah, I see a set of softs. I saw a set of softs somewhere in the box.
Yep,
Heiskan. See, I can spot things.
I mean, it's not a bad choice because you're gonna have 2 laps of safety car.
Canuck fixing his front wing, so he picked up some damage.
So he did have damage. That's why he was probably falling off the pace a little bit. So, I mean, he only really loses 1 position because of it.
Yeah. So that's everyone on mediums except for Heiskan and Tar Heels. And Butler goes on softs as well. Interesting.
Yeah, Butler, he had that, oh, he had to get his wing changed too. So Butler losing positions, but is on the quicker tire.
To be fair, if you were on a set of mediums, on your second set of mediums, and you had to box because of damage, you're gonna pit onto very worn mediums. So softs might be your only option.
Or you slap on your quali pair of softs.
Yeah.
That you use to set your final lap. Which, I mean, I assume would be definitely a much better option than going onto the mediums you just used.
Yeah. I think Rusty had to repair his wing. No, he served a 5-second time penalty, and he changed to his softs for the first pit stop, and then he swapped onto his fresh mediums that he wanted on the second one. It's
definitely been a good recovery for Rusty because he was out of the top 10 for a lot of the race after the start of the race, so definitely in a good position.
Yeah, Mr. Rusty, who, yeah, as we say, he's been struggling this whole Sunday. He struggled Tier 1, he was struggling first half of the race and in qualifying, but now he's P5 on a good set of tires.
Out of the top 5, Muppet definitely has the overall quicker car, and I wouldn't really put him much lower pace-wise than any of the drivers in the top 5, so Muppet definitely is in a very good position. Heiskan as well. He's in a bit of a tractor, but he is on the quicker compound. The Alpine of Villeneuve definitely should be pretty alright as well.
Oh, I see why Dutch missed the race now.
Oh no, did he like fall asleep?
He had a nap and didn't set an alarm.
Yep, he did that. I think one race in midweek too.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I remember I was planning on doing comms for a midweek race. Then I woke up and it was 9 a.m.
You were like, well, so much for that.
Basically. Oh no. Oh no no no
Oh,
no no.
oh,
Joe
what
has made
happened?
Joe's made contact with if it was Villeneuve or Muppet and is lost from wing. And the safety car
Oh
is gonna be in
no,
this lap. Yeah, there it is.
not full wing, but that left end plate is gone.
Yeah.
Oh no. I mean, I think he's got to stay out, right? He's just got to.
I mean, the problem is this track. You're gonna be a tractor in sector 3.
Yeah, but the Williams in the corners is great either way. What's one front end plate gone mean?
It means you become an
I think,
Alpine in
I mean, if it was
2024.
earlier in the race, I would definitely pit, but I think he's just gotta deal with, I assume, his own mistake. Obviously, hitting the back of a driver under safety car is usually the one at the one at fault. Cough, cough, Stroll.
Yeah, a Stroll. Yeah,
Good old Stroll.
a good restart
And
from
we are
Muppet.
away. Yeah, great restart. Already up 8 tenths.
And now we gotta see how Joe deals with this front wing.
Hasn't
It looks
lost
decent through sector
crazy amount
1.
of pace. I mean, he could be running a low wing setup anyway, which may not affect him too much. He's
Yeah,
gonna be able to keep.
Heiskanen
He's
with
gonna be
a
able to make up
great
a lot of
exit.
time on the straights, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he just flies away from Heiskanen. Look
Oh
at
my
that,
God,
3 temps.
he's going on Villeneuve. He did use a lot of ERS, but he also has to pay attention because losing your wing does affect your braking as well.
Yeah.
People sometimes don't really realize that.
Oh, Joe coming round the inside
Yeah, goes
of
past
Villeneuve.
Villeneuve. Villeneuve's actually used a lot of ERS as well. I thought Villeneuve might have just been taking it a bit easy, but
Oh, the switchback from Villeneuve around the inside.
tell you what, these guys battling though. Muppet already up 1.3 seconds.
Yeah, and Muppet will be licking his lips right now because he's seeing them
Absolutely.
super
Especially
close.
especially if he sees Joe without the front end plate.
Yeah. There's been...
I mean, Joe isn't losing that much time. Like, I would have thought losing a whole end plate would definitely just send you overboard. I mean, you can definitely tell loses a lot of pace through some high speed and medium speed corners. But with his top end, he should be able to defend this, especially without DRS currently active. But Villeneuve also needs to try and get by him because battling with him is just losing time to Muppet.
Yeah. 2 seconds, the gap already.
Yup. That is a pretty big gap, and they're going 2x2 through the chicane, which is going to be even worse.
Oh, and now
Villeneuve gets a
Heiskanen.
way better exit.
Oh no! There's contact, Heiskanen,
Oh my
Joe!
god!
Safety car again,
And they're
safety car
both
again.
out! What happened? I got sent to the camera angle of them coming around the corner, and all I saw was their cars collected.
Yeah, I was luckily on board with Joe, and it looks like, because I think Heiskanen had such a better exit, wanted to go up the inside on the exit, and I think they just locked tires.
Oof. So basically, it's almost like what happened with me and Bass, except they actually went into the wall that time.
Yeah. And now the
Oh
question
boy.
is, do you go for
Now
a set of softs?
I think you got to go for if you've got a pair
Oh,
of
Muppet
softs to
does.
use. Villeneuve does. Rusty
Rusty does
stays
not.
out.
Rusty.
F1 comes in. This could work for Rusty if a lot of cars stay out, and there
Oh, he
is a
gets
lot of cars that
yeah.
stayed out. I think the leaders may have expected a couple more cars to come in and follow them.
Yeah, I remember. I think it was Austria season
It's such
8.
a hard
Yeah,
decision to make.
especially like in the lead because you just know if
Whatever
you
you do, they might just counter it.
yeah
That's the advantage that P2 has. If they see you come in, they're like, you know what? I'm gonna stay out.
yeah if you think back to France, you'd gone ahead of me and the safety car came out, so I boxed for a set of softs, and you had like
Hmm.
three cars gap that I overtook in a lap.
Yeah, like it needs to be a good gaggle of cars, and I mean 7 cars between Muppet and Rusty. That's a pretty big number. And it's not
Yeah,
like any of the drivers are slow either. Hines stayed out, Canuck stayed out, Dr. J stayed out, Tar Heel stayed out, Butler stayed out.
yeah, and they're all on like their tires
I
on what
mean, yeah,
5%
like
max.
the softs aren't going to be super great for Tar Heels and Butler. They should be okay, but I mean the mediums are definitely still kicking it pretty good.
Yeah, the softs will be at
So
like 8% at this point.
yeah,
So
the hope for Muppet, Villeneuve, Seption, Baba Yaga, Salatosser is that since the drivers ahead are on a little bit sketchier tires, they're gonna battle it out. There's no doubt about that, and hopefully, they're hoping their battle slows them down a good chunk to where they're able to make up enough ground. Because I mean, we're still gonna have. They're gonna start the race again at the start of lap 24.
yeah,
So 24 to 29 is 6 laps because obviously you count the last lap.
yeah. So 6 racing
So 6
laps.
racing laps is a good amount.
Yeah, it's gonna be spicy.
What makes it even worse is for Muppet is that he's got to pass drivers with penalties too.
Yeah, that's the most annoying part of it because you don't really have to pass them to have their spots, but you have to
But
pass
you
them to
do got
make
to
more
pass them if
spots.
you want the spots ahead of them. Yeah.
And the thing is, you also don't know how much. Well, if I think they're both on 3 seconds, right? Yeah. So three
Yeah.
seconds, obviously, in six laps you can get away. Um,
Hmm.
but obviously, if it's like a 2 lap restart, if I'm on like
Yeah.
six,
Then
6 or 9 seconds, I'm just moving over, unless like my
yeah.
teammate is
Or
leading.
just go in again and just try and get fastest lap.
Yeah. But that's the point where I'm just playing the team game. Like, what is
Hmm.
best for the team at this point? Is it to let everyone by, or is it to hold everyone behind?
Hmm. I mean, I definitely don't like you can't blame Muppet for pitting because I mean like realistically, I think in tier 1 a lot more drivers would have pit.
Oh, for sure.
Like I mean in tier 1 people usually don't stay out on used tires even if the used tires aren't like that used. Just the difference in pace between a brand new set of tires and a used one is it's actually pretty ridiculous in this game. I think it actually might be like a bit too much.
Yeah.
Like you could be on 3 lap old softs and someone could pit and be, just 3 laps earlier, and it just feels like they have like 1 to 2 seconds more pace. It really seems a bit extreme.
Yeah, and also it could have just as easily been Muppet stays out, everyone behind him
And
stops,
everybody comes
and,
in.
and it's
Yeah.
like, well, Muppet, you've made a mistake then, but obviously P1 never knows what the others are gonna do.
Yep. I mean, that's basically you could say that's what happened to 2021 for Abu Dhabi.
Yeah,
Hamilton thought, "Hey, I may as well stay out," and then everybody followed Verstappen in.
yeah. Oh, Rusty's gone, and
Oh,
he
Rusty
has
had a
a
bad exit.
yeah, not the restart he would have wanted. HNS very,
He
very
does have
close
a
to him.
tire advantage on him though, 8 laps to 6
Yeah,
for Rusty.
there's
So
a there's probably a couple of percentages, but obviously
yeah,
most of it has been on the safety car, so it's not gonna
I
be
was gonna
that
say
bad. Canuck.
I wonder if I was gonna say I wonder if Sparkplug will let his teammate by, but they're probably not teammates.
Sparkplug and Disgruntled. Let's see. Tier 2 roster. Sparkplug, I can't read that. Sparkplug is teammates with Justin, so probably not.
Yeah, never mind
Disgruntled
then.
is teammates with Villeneuve, actually, in the Williams.
Okay. Well, Muppet has gotten past Sparkplug, so that's one driver down, and he's right behind Butler.
Yeah, but he's
Little bit
also
of a
right
gap.
behind Tar Heels. Oh, he's gonna go around. Oh, I don't really know what happened there, but there was contact. Did he lose front wing? Can't see.
Doesn't look like it.
It looked like
No.
something flew off, but no. Oh, he's gonna try around the outside there. No,
Yeah,
he
he's got
backs
to
out
try
of
and get
it.
by as quickly as he can, but there's just so many cars in front of him.
And Tori is right up Dr. J's gearbox as well. Oof, a
The
spark
top
plug.
three kind of separating themselves already.
Yeah, they need to. They're obviously on mediums compared to pretty much fresh softs.
Yeah, those mediums definitely aren't going to be feeling that great right now. Muppet has a good amount of ERS left. I mean, he's got to burn a good amount of it to at least try and get by Tar Heels and Butler this straight if he can get a good enough exit.
Yeah. Torrens
He
gets a
is
good exit compared to
pretty-
Dr. J.
Realistically, Muppet's got to get past these cars before a DRS train happens, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen.
Torrens tries. Oh no!
Oh no! Oh my god, Muppet just escaped.
Tar Heels
Dr.
and
J's locking
Dr.
up.
J. Yeah, and there was a little bit of contact as well, which
There
sent him
was, but
spinning.
it doesn't. He may have slight damage, but
I don't,
don't think it's
I don't
gonna.
think there's gonna be damage. I just think he lost a lot of time there.
Yeah, for sure. Look at the gap between P4 and P3 already, almost 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And and Butler's with the time penalty too, so I'm sure people behind him are just cursing right now.
Yeah, Butler, teammate with Dutch, who isn't racing today, unfortunately.
Yep. Mr. Dutch slept in. And that's DRS activated, so it should help Tar Heels and Muppet get past here.
Yeah, as we have, I think that's Villeneuve trying around the outside, or having a look around the outside. Marchena has left, that's someone who isn't
Villeneuve
racing.
definitely hasn't had the luck that Muppet has. Muppet has moved up 2 positions at least. But I think Villeneuve is still where he started. Apart from Dr. J's moment.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see 3 wide here because Muppet is
Yeah.
very close to Tar Heels,
Muppet's
and Tar
gotta
Heels
do
is
it.
oh, has to oh
he's
no,
going off
he gets
track.
yeah, he gets
Oh, and he
boxed in on
sends it
both
to-
sides. Oh no, guys! Oh, they do keep it very clean.
Oh, fair. Tar Heels isn't going to have DRS to defend.
And now Muppet, yeah, around the outside. Can he
He's
get the
going to get it done
It's
before
done.
the corner.
Oh boy, Tar Heels broke late.
Oh, Muppet's got to go. He's going to have 3.5-ish laps to try and bring down that 2.5 second gap.
Yeah.
Honestly, not as big as I thought it would be. I thought it might be a... Oh my god, look at all the cars.
Villeneuve nearly running into the back of Butler.
Muppet has to pray that these 3 drivers ahead of him battle and slow each other down.
Yeah.
Hines
Northern
has
is
burned a lot
close.
more ERS than Canuck and Rusty. He's also
Yeah.
on older tires.
Kanaki is very close to Rusty, so we could see some battling here for P1.
I
Not
think
quite yet.
it's so tough what you want to do, right? Do you want to wait till the last lap so they don't have a chance to come back, or do you just do it and try and defend it?
Yeah.
Doesn't look like Canuck's actually going to burn any ERS. I think he's going to be a bit conservative.
There's a lot of flashing lights on that straight.
Yep. Everybody is going full tilt.
Finception gets ahead. Villeneuve sends it down the
Canuck
inside.
is going to go for it this lap.
Tar Heels, contact. Tar Heels down to P11.
Is there damage? Still doesn't look like there's damage on his car.
Rusty down the inside to defend against HNS. keeps P2 for
Keeps
now.
P2. He's got to keep that P2. He definitely can't let Hines get past him
Oh,
if he
because
wants
then
a
you get
chance at
stuck in the
winning this.
DRS. Then you just get stuck in the DRS train. And Disgruntled catching up very quickly
Tell you
now.
what, though, Canuck definitely has a car advantage here.
Yeah, that
That
Alpine is
Alpine
very
is
good.
definitely quicker than the Rusty, or quicker than the Rusty, quicker than the Haas. Oh, he's almost pulled a second now.
Yeah, the problem is though,
Rusty's gonna have to burn it. Oh my God, 1.1 now.
yeah, the problem is though that H. Innes is gonna get thrown right back into the DRS after this straight.
And it doesn't look like Rusty's gonna have his own to defend.
No, got
He
it too
does have
late.
a... Oh man, this is gonna be tough for Rusty. He didn't manage to stay within DRS. This is Hines' chance. Although he's not close and he doesn't have ERS to burn, Rusty might be able to defend it. Hines goes for it.
Oh, there's a little bit of contact. Oh no!
Oh, he has a bad exit.
Round out
2x2, and here comes Muppet. Muppet with a way better run.
Oh, neither got
He's
DRS.
got the better
Neither got
tires.
DRS. Both Innes, H. Innes and Rusty, both did not get DRS.
So they must have hit the timing sheet, or the DRS section, at the exact same time.
Yeah, now H. Innes is under pressure from Villeneuve, who's under pressure from
Muppet
Inception.
all over the back of Rusty, but Canuck's 2 seconds up the road now. Canuck building the gap that he needs. Muppet's gotta get past. I mean, he's gotta use the DRS, but is Rusty gonna slow him down too much going through these Sector 1 corners too? Oh man, oh, and Rusty has a bad exit too.
2.7 seconds.
Canuck is just sending it. Muppet's gotta wait for the DRS.
Round the outside goes Villeneuve.
Villeneuve's gonna have straight line speed. He has a bit more ERS as well.
How many cars side by side are we gonna see?
Oh, don't make it 4.
Here we go, Muppet.
It might be 3.
Oh!
It's gonna be 3.
Rusty's on the inside, in the middle.
Oh, and they get pushed. And Villeneuve on the outside. Oh, and Muppet gets a 3-second.
Oh, that might get removed
Chaos.
though.
It might
get
I mean,
removed.
that was 3 cars into the chicane.
Yeah, he has
But
absolutely nowhere.
Villeneuve,
Villeneuve out of
move.
nowhere. P2.
Saved the ERS to the perfect moment, let the cars ahead of him battle, and
Baba
he
Yaga
just...
is pushing for P8 as well. Going through the final section now. Is anyone gonna go for the late send? But in the meantime, coming through the final turn, Northern Canuck is gonna win Tier 2. And Villeneuve is gonna come home in P2. We have the send. Baba Yaga up to P8 on track. A spark plug drops down with the penalty, so Baba Yaga actually gets P6, but we might see some stewards.
I think Muppet's penalty might get removed, considering they went 3 wide through the chicane, and I think he was the outside most car, so definitely didn't have anywhere to go. What a race, oh my lord. Canuck and Villeneuve obviously not teammates, but Alpine 1-2.
Yeah, Villeneuve is Muppet's teammate.
Still shaking Villeneuve. I mean, damn right, dude. You got a triple overtake coming out of the final DRS straight.
Driver of the day is given to Villeneuve. I honestly don't know who to. I don't know who to give it to. Everyone was...
I think it's gotta be Canuck or Villeneuve.
Let's see. First of all, Canuck getting to celebrate. Oh, Villeneuve from P14 to P2. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Rusty also
100%.
from P12 to P5. Definitely a fair. like mostly pushed the cars out of my way. That's amazing. Ice Crown haven't sweated this much in a long time. Fair enough.
Oh, it's unfortunate for you, Highscran. You definitely look like you could have given it a shot today without the DNF.
Yeah.
Look at the grid changes. Did anybody stay in the position? F1ception, the only driver to stay in the position. Oh, and Tafer. 2 drivers to only stay in the positions they started in.
Wow. Canuck wins ahead of Villeneuve and H. Innes. A Canadian 1-2. You're gonna be happy about that.
I'm a happy man. And what could have been if Muppets managed to stay with them too? It could have been a full Canadian podium.
What is this?
Actually,
Midweek?
midweek, just Canadians and Americans. But then again, where did Muppet finish? Like on track?
I think it was
'Cause
P3 or P4.
Because he had his 3-second, right? So I don't remember where he finished.
I think it was like P4 or P5. Oh, I
Because
don't
Villeneuve
know.
got passed, and then I think he was side by side with Hines, most likely, and F1ception. I mean, yeah, well, I don't know where Muppet finished on track, but potential. There is a small potential for a full Canadian podium, which is rare.
Yeah, definitely. Wow, I don't really know how to round this off. What a race!
There's like so many things to talk about.
Everyone had an overtake or got overtaken at some point. At one point, there was a 9-car train for the lead.
Yep. Everybody behind each other. Butler is appealing his 3-second penalty as well, so I have no idea where the cars from P2 back are going to finish.
No,
Who
honestly,
knows?
there is no point going back and looking at who finished where because it's gonna change. There was a bunch of contacts, so I think we're gonna see a couple of penalties getting dished out, and the 3 seconds from both drivers might get
There's
removed.
definitely got to be some sort of penalty given for that 3-wide chicane on the last lap, because you just can't put 3 cars through there. It's not possible.
It would be like trying to fit 3 cars around Monaco. Holy mac and cheese.
What a race. Definitely, I mean, you did both comms. I think that one was a bit more exciting than Tier 1 ended up being.
Honestly, Tier 1 was also very exciting because, well, the fight for the lead wasn't this crazy, but the midfield battles was basically the same.
Was...
So
This was... You can't even call it midfield. The top 8 cars were fighting for the lead.
this was just the grid was battling.
The grid.
Honestly, anyone could have won that race.
Oh my god, yeah. I think, like, if they managed to not battle as much and stayed with Canuck, I mean, who knows at that point.
Yeah.
But Canuck did what he had to do. He pulled away as he got by, left no pace behind him, just said, I'm going, I'm not waiting, and managed to time it perfectly to where other drivers had to battle behind him and managed to let him build a gap. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
what a race.
if you guys like that, make sure to check in midweek, where it's also
Yep, this coming Wednesday is
it's
realistic at Portimao.
Yeah, so, well, I expect you to win by 30 seconds, even in the Alpha
We
Tauri.
don't know, man. Ramsey's gonna race. Bass is actually, I think Morris is racing. Echo's racing, so it's definitely not gonna be an easy one.
It's gonna be
And I mean,
spicy then.
I'm gonna be in the Alpha Tauri tractor.
Well, if you guys want to see that, make sure to check in on the midweek on Wednesday. We'll see if I'm awake for comms. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I think these two races may give you a little bit of an urge to
Oh,
see another
absolutely.
close race.
Absolutely. But until then, next week we have Hungary, where it's reverse championship standings grid.
Oh boy.
So I might race just to start on pole position for once.
Yeah, I'm curious how they're going to do it for the reserves. I guess they'll just.
I mean, the way what's their name? A Creator Series does it is they just slap them in last.
Fair.
So I suspect they might do that. Or
Yeah, it
they'll
makes sense that you want. It makes sense that you would want to have at least the full timers
yeah.
ahead.
They could also do it based on where they think they will have pace, basically.
Mm.
So
Fair.
someone like me would be put fairly far behind, and someone who's normally a tier 2 driver maybe gets put a little bit further forward. Could be a way to do it, but we'll see next week. Until then, have a good weekend or a good week, and yeah, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you next time. Remember to subscribe on the YouTube channel, follow the Twitch channel, and yeah, get notified when we race next time. Until then, take care and goodbye from us.